Welcome back, everyone, to Ultimate General Civil War. We're going into the Battle of Gaines Mill. We're definitely going to be outnumbered, but I feel like we have a decent chance here, depending on how it all goes. Now, historically, this was a battle where the Confederates had a bigger army than they'll have in this version of the battle, and they outnumbered the Union by more than I will be outnumbered by. So that gives me some hope, but of course, my morale's in the toilet, so who knows what will happen. But here's what the army looks like. We're going to front load everything into the first corps as much as we can, because we're only going to get the second corps right at the tail end. So I'm putting my 1,000-man cavalry unit as well as these two brigades of infantry into the last phase, and they're going to help me kind of hold the last part of the line when it comes time for it. So we'll see what happens. I've got my guns up to 20. My batteries where I'm able to. I don't have 24 pounders yet, so I can't do that. And let's take whatever extra we've got in as supply. All right, let's dive in. So here we go. Outnumbered by about 9,000 men and by 27 guns. So he's going to have a nice artillery advantage in this one. Brigade size, not going to be too different. Obviously, he's got 36 to my 27, but with the manpower difference, I would say they'll probably be similar in size. Obviously, he's going to have a morale bonus going in his favor. Sir, our forces are executing a tactical withdrawal, thanks McClellan, to prepare for Lee's attack on our right flank. Yeah, this is our first time facing Robert E. Lee. Our objective is to hold the line along Bosun's Creek and protect the main Union Army deployed a few miles south. That's the thing with these 7 days battles, is that McClellan never really fought with his whole army. It was all kind of piecemeal. Rebels currently marching toward our location are preparing for a major assault. This was a major assault, indeed. Unknown enemy numbers may attempt to surround us from the northeast. That's the thing. We don't know who's going to come from where. It's hard to defend when we don't know exactly where it's going to come from. So, here we go. Let's take a look. We do have fortifications, which should help out. We're going to need them, that's for sure. But like I said, he could come from this side. He could come from right here in front. He could come stronger right here. And then eventually he will come from right here, and we're going to have to hold this area back here. So it all makes it kind of challenging. We're going to need as many skirmisher units as possible to kind of scout and see what's happening. Okay, here's our first contact with the enemy, our skirmishers. They're going to get shot up pretty bad if we try to take on 253 of them with just 150, but at least we have a little bit of a sense of what's happening. I'm getting my men moved into position. I'm going to keep these guys with the smoothbores in back. I'm going to send my general to wherever the heaviest fighting is. And then I'm just going to try to guess where this is going to go down. I'm going to go ahead and send these skirmishers across, as well as these guys here. Alright, I think we're pretty well organized the way I want this to go. Now let's just wait and see what unfolds. Alright, we spotted at least 2 brigades moving over on this side. I'm going to go ahead and pull my skirmishers back. There's at least a couple of brigades moving on this side. What I want to do here is I actually think I want to keep these skirmishers out here, because I'm hoping when he starts advancing I can get out on his flank. Alright, let's get Brooks' skirmishers out of there. Let's go ahead and get McKean out of there. And we're going to start pulling everybody back at this point. Oh, I just realized I didn't hold the center here. Let's shift Loomis over here as a reserve. Bring Andrews back this way a little bit. There's our first brigade coming into view. 2,200 men, 2-star unit. I've also got some skirmishers over here on the right flank. He did catch my skirmishers and got a few shots off into their rear. So I'm going to pull them back and let them get fixed up best they can. I'm still waiting to see what the movement is over here on this side. We've got 29 minutes until the next phase of the battle. He is definitely moving his brigades, but I can't see them. Oh, look at that. We've got artillery right there. And he's going to move the infantry up in front of him as quickly as he can. But I want to try and get a few shots on the artillery first. Oh, there's men I can't see. Let's see what's happening over here. He's driving off some of my skirmishers already. If I can bottle them up and slow them down on this side a little bit with my skirmishers, that'll be helpful. Try to buy some time. I think these guys are going to have to probably pull back before we get in danger. Alright, here comes a brigade coming across the creek. They're shifting toward my flank here. I can always send Gladden over there if I need to cover the flank, but I'm already able to fire on him. Alright, let's get these skirmishers out of here. Keep pulling back on this side. I'm going to tell Andrew's skirmishers to go ahead and reattach to their parent unit because they're getting kind of small. Alright, if he just stays here and shoots it out, I'll be really content with that. Because I've got the wall. I've got the artillery. That makes me wonder if the main thrust isn't coming on this side. Here comes another unit, 2,200 men. We'll go ahead and start opening up on them. Okay, at the moment still can't see much of anything over on this side. We'll go ahead and speed things up a little bit. There's his supplies in the center. Alright, now a few more are showing up. Those are just skirmishers over there. What do we got up here? That's just the supplies. Still nothing on this side. I'm just very paranoid because there's so much I can't see. As far as the fog of war goes, there's a brigade coming there that I just don't want to be surprised by where he comes at me. Brooks, about even casualties so far, but that's because units like Pyatt are inflicting casualties without taking any. And of course the artillery. We'll just have to swap out every so often. We've got to watch the morale because Brooks's morale is dropping by the minute right now. We can throw Gladden in there. He's, yeah, what's he got? Springfield 1855s. Oh, he shifted. Yeah, so it looks like he's shifting that way. I'm going to move Woods' guns up a little bit to this side, since that appears to be the way he's going. Alright, Brooks is starting to waver. So the problem is, I got to be careful here pulling him out, because if I pull him out before these guys can get close, he may try to take advantage of that. Alright, fall back. See, they're just really spread thin on this line. I wish this was two different fortifications. Yeah, he is going to advance now. That actually might not be a bad thing to draw him into an attack. Okay, where are we at on time? 10 minutes of game time till the next part of the battle, and I'm sure he's going to get more men at that point. I'd rather he was attacking me now rather than waiting until he gets his full force and then launching it at me all at once, because then he'll have the numbers. Okay, artillery right here. Where are my big guns? 10-pounder Parrots are right here. I can't quite get the range on him. I'm going to bring him over here. I want to start firing on these guys. Alright, Pyatt's doing really good. Gladden's holding his own. Alright, I'm going to bring these skirmishers around. I want to try and harass his flank a little bit. Draw some of the fire that's being directed at my position there. I'm also going to send my general over there, because that definitely appears to be where the attack's going to come. He seems to be loading up in this direction. I'm going to slightly move forward through this swamp with these skirmishers. Alright, we're about to hit the end of the first part of this. He's pulling back now. Interesting. Really not sure what his plan is. He's pulling everybody back. Okay. On to phase 2. Okay, so let's just take a look at the victory conditions. We need to hold at least one of these 2 forward positions, plus hold McGee Hill, which is the position back here. Now, he's going to eventually come at me with units on that side, which is why I started the process of extending my line with skirmishers. And then when my reinforcements come, I can throw them up there unless I need them desperately to plug in somewhere else. But a lot of it's going to be determined by what happens between now and then. I just really don't know where he's going to come at me. He outnumbers me by 8,000-9,000 men. So if he throws that bit of strength at one part of my line, I might be in trouble. Alright, I want to hit these guns. And now I really need to focus on tearing his up as much as possible. Alright, how's Gladden doing? So far so good. He's lost 100 men. I can throw Brooks back in there when I need to. His morale's back up to 87. Gladden's is still at 80. Okay, we're just going to keep an eye out over here. I really want to mainly focus on his main brigades, but if I can throw back some of these skirmishers with some more accurate fire, then I might do that too. Alright, we'll go to Greg here. I mean, we're definitely winning the casualty battle so far, but until he actually comes at some of my main line with an attack somewhere like this, we're not going to be able to inflict the big casualties. So now that he's doing this, we can really start pouring it into him. I need him to do a whole lot more of that. Alright, Andrews, I need you to get up there and fire into his flank. I need to get as many guns on him as possible. There we go. Okay, here comes the melee on Gladden. Gladden's falling back. It's a tough spot to defend because it's so long. But we're doing okay. Now we're actually going to put Brooks in there. The problem with Pegram is he's got those smoothbores, so he doesn't have the range to shoot it out with those guys. I didn't inflict as many casualties on Anderson there as I would have liked. Alright, Ashmore, come on. Start taking these guys out. I don't know what he's got up here. If he doesn't have any infantry beyond skirmishers, I might be able to get at those guns. Are we low on ammo already? Wow, okay. Supplies, let's get over there. Ewell's division moving to attack. Where is the question? Looks like right here. Alright, let's take a look here. He does have a brigade right here, but I'm not sure how much more. There's another brigade back here, 2 more brigades back there. So he may be indeed preparing for an attack on this side. The more he spreads himself out, the better off I am. Alright, I mainly just want to resupply the guns. Gotta keep bouncing back and forth. Hour and 39 to go on this phase. And I think there's still at least one more phase to this battle. He's loading up now. He's got 3 brigades over here. Hit the brigade. Alright, I think we're going to hopefully at least slow him down a little bit. He's got 3 more brigades back there, so there's at least 4 brigades here. I think I can hold that, because I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now I got to come over and resupply these guns on this side. He's got all these skirmishers out here on this side. Now he's pulling back again. Ah, man. I just can't get a read on this guy. Alright. Let's pull out of here. LZ's going to start getting on the flank of my skirmishers. We got to pull him out too. Alright, what's going on over here? Brooks, how we doing? He's still at 67%. Supplies coming. He's still just shooting it out. Alright, I think I hear a melee attack coming, but I don't see it. Alright, so now he's going to face us directly over here. Man, this is crazy. He is not attacking. I'm really quite surprised by that. He's still maneuvering, I guess. Here, I can kind of see most of the battlefield here. Now some of the skirmishers are starting to run out of ammo. Alright, he's loading up for an attack right here. don't have nearly as much artillery on this side. But what I do have, I'm going to start turning to help support what I'm sure is coming over here. Alright, let's reattach those skirmishers to their parent unit. I'm going to bring these guys out here. Brooks is down to 38 morale. So we're going to send Gladden back over into that position. And drop Brooks back. Meanwhile, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 brigades, a 6th one coming up. Okay, yeah, this is getting serious now. I'm going to go ahead and send Andrews over there because I'm sure this is where he's loading up. And then what's going to happen is when we get to the hour and 22 minutes, once this drops back, I'm probably going to go ahead and fall back on this side and refuse my line somewhere along here because I don't need to hold both of these forward objectives. I only need to hold this one back here and one of these two. And this ground here I think is much harder for him to cover. So I think it makes it easier for me to defend on this side. Alright, let's start focusing on the infantry. I don't need you to run, Andrews. Let's just get you moving this way. Okay. I think we're going to be just fine holding the line over here. Watch Gladden's morale seems to be okay at the moment. Really quite fascinating that he's not hitting me with any melee attacks so far. Alright, Woods is starting to waver. His morale's down to 34%. So I'm gonna move Loomis up. And get ready to move him into that position. Oh, he's moving guns forward so he can start hitting me with canister fire. Lovely. The artillery is going to be brutal on me, I think. Keep hitting them. No, hit the artillery. Alright, how are we doing over here? These skirmishers are worrying me. Alright, supply back over this way again. Help the guns. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 brigades. 3 batteries of artillery. This is definitely where the attack's coming. Alright, I'm going to send another battery over here. Although, actually, you know what? I'm going to keep it there because in an hour I'm dropping back anyway. I'm going to send my general over there. How we doing, Gladden? 66%. He's still not launching the attack, though. Here it comes. I no sooner had I said the words than the attack came. Alright. Canister fire. Rest of our corps. Oh, here come our reinforcements. Excellent. Okay. First things first, skirmishers. Give me skirmishers up there. Wallace, you're going to go up here because you're going to be our main line of defense for that second line. We do have more artillery. I wish I had all the artillery to start the battle. We got another unit of skirmishers, which I think I'll send over here because they'll actually know it. They're going to help defend on that side. And then these two are headed right up here, and then they're going to help with whatever happens here. So 2 brigades coming across at the moment. I've got 4. Loomis's morale's at 57. Dropping fast. We've already got him routing, so that's good. Problem is Young's gonna break over here. Alright, let's send Andrews. What's happening over here? Let's make sure he's not launching an attack on the right. He's not. Let Andrews come down the hill. Help out. Loomis is starting to waver. No, I need you to hit Trimble. Let Andrews worry about these guys. I'm worried that he's going to cause my unit to surrender back here. Oh boy, okay. Where's my cavalry? Did they not show up yet? No, so I still don't have all my units. I got a 1,000-man cavalry unit that's still waiting to come on to the field. Jeez. There we go. We got Archer routed finally. In the meantime, Loomis is breaking. How are we doing over here? Pretty good. Archer surrendered. Oh, that's fantastic news. That helps a ton. Lovely. That's 1,000 less men that he's got. Kimball, turn around, please. We still have units that are breaking. 1, 2. But we held the line against his first real attack. I don't worry on this side at all. Alright, looks like Loomis is recovering. Hopefully he's got time before the next attack comes. Let's keep sending Archer just as far to the rear as we can possibly go with him. Those guns are going to take forever to get up, but we're going to use them to defend this position when they do. He's going to have another group of men come down this way, but hopefully we'll be there in time to protect against that. I'm going to send these guys right there because I've got enough to protect on my right. Alright, where's our other unit? That's Young. He's right there. Let's bring him up. Get into position for the next attack that I'm sure is going to come. How's our front line doing? Gladden down to 27% morale. That's a problem. I don't know if these guys joining in are going to boost that morale, or if I'm going to have to pull him out of there. Let's see what happens. They're at 31, 30, 29, 28, 27. Oh, hold on, because I hear another melee attack coming. That's not here. Over here. Alright, so Gladden's reforming. His situation's not any better though. So we're gonna throw Pegram in there now. Come on, Pegram, get in there. He's sending skirmishers forward. Interesting. No attack coming over here now. Alright. Where's everybody at? I might actually send these guys right up the middle for the time being. Okay, how are we doing here? Dorsey Pender's coming at me all by himself. Well, he's got a little help behind him. So I'm actually going to turn Hampton's guns on Branch now because we've got Pender. Not a problem. Interesting. He doesn't seem to be forming up for another attack over here at the moment. Now Branch is coming at me. Pegram's routing. That's okay. Alright, Branch is routing. We're good. Lovely. Alright, now let's just hold tight. Pyatt's been holding the middle with very little trouble. We have 45 minutes left. Let's go ahead and speed things up for a minute here while we're watching the overview of the battle. Alright, I want to hit Anderson because he's got his flank exposed to our guns here. I think we could do some real damage. How's Gladden doing? That's a tough spot to hold for anybody. How are we doing on getting these reinforcements up? Yeah, I'm gonna send them right there. Wallace is gonna sit tight here. When we get to about, I'd say 20 minutes from the end of this phase, I'm gonna start pulling my guns back. Here comes Elzy. Is he gonna try to get out on my flank a little bit? Yeah, I'm gonna start pulling the guns back in anticipation of pulling my entire flank back. He's hitting me with canister. Woods is getting lit up right now. Okay, so far so good. 39 minutes. I'm a little worried about how thin I am on the right at the moment. That's why I've got units heading that direction. Okay, let's hit Branch now because we drove off Anderson, who exposed his flank to me. Get some fire on Greg. Actually, no, we're going to keep it on Branch because he's closer. Keeping an eye on what's going on out here. These guns are going to sit right there. Okay. Let's speed things along a little bit. I think he's pretty well frozen because he just doesn't have an option at the moment. Woods is getting pummeled from this canister fire. There's nothing I can really do about it, though. Is Woods not firing? I don't think he's firing because he's just out of range. No, he can't. Yeah, he's not out of range. I just don't understand why he's not firing. There we go. Fire. Thank you. 32 minutes. Every minute that passes, his odds of being able to break me with a melee attack actually drop. Unless he gets fresh troops. Because I'm just inflicting too many casualties on him. Really wish I could do something about these guns that are hiding in over here. Alright, our reinforcements are starting to arrive at long last. What guns are these? These are my 3-inch ordnance. Alright, good news is this brigade's only got 800 men left over here. I'm going to have to pull Woods out of here very soon, I think. I'm going to bring Loomis up. Although, we're going to be pulling everybody out before too long here. Alright, starting to lose some ammo on this side. We're going to go ahead and resupply our troops. Not just the artillery. But I'm feeling good, feeling real good about our chances at this point. Just depends on how long the timer is in the next phase. How long we have to hold. Alright, we're down to 22 minutes. This is about when I was thinking I wanted to pull back the guns. Still no sign of any enemy above me here. How's Gladden doing morale-wise? He's at 62. He's doing okay. Fresh infantry coming up. Not the best weapons or leadership with that infantry, but fresh infantry. And I'll pull these guns back too. Over here somewhere. I'm going to bring these guns right around here somewhere. Archer still slowly retreating. I need my cavalry, please. That would be really helpful about now. Alright, I think I need to pull Gladden out. Who are we going to put in his place, though? Snow? He doesn't have very good guns, does he? Reboard muskets? No. Alright, so maybe Gladden just has to stay and take it. He lost 600 men, inflicted 700 casualties. These guys that are holding the line are really taking it on the chin. Except for Wagner, who has inflicted about 4-1 casualties. Alright, 5 minutes. Alright, there goes Loomis. Let's throw Kimball in there. Gladden was wounded. And we're on to the last phase. I think the last phase of this battle. So far, so good. Now we just got to keep it from becoming a rout or something in this last phase. As expected, he's getting more reinforcements. We have to hold to the end of the day. 2.5 more hours. Okay. All right. Yeah. With the extra reinforcements he's going to get, it's going to become, I think, more difficult to hold this side. Especially with these guns right here that are just kicking my butt. And I've pulled my artillery back now. What I want to do, though, is by pulling back, it's going to make his reinforcements march even further. But 2.5 hours is a long time. Here come the last of our reinforcements. So that's some good news. Let's send the cav up. Get them going. Here's my my other corps commander. His 3,500 men in his corps. All right, we're really low on ammo now. So I'm gonna go ahead and start pulling back. Oh, here comes a melee attack. Didn't expect that. Rather foolhardy, if you ask me. I think Field's going to probably dissolve as a result of this attack. I'm going to wait a little bit before I start pulling back my left. Still nothing going on up here. That really kind of surprises me and makes me think maybe it's time to rethink needing to cover that area. Especially since I've got reinforcements on the way. Here comes my cav. Dorsey Pender's going to make another charge. Looks like I did cause one of his units to dissolve. Unfortunately, Field surrendered right as Pender came in, so he's going to immediately unsurrender him. Unless we can wipe Pender out, which is certainly possible. Alright, Pegram, you get in there. Oh, there. Okay, yep. Just as I pulled back, that's when the units come from the north that I knew were coming. So now we're going to start pulling back over here. Oh, just as he attacks. Okay, we're going to wait. Because we're not going to... Oh, now he stopped. Oh, look at this. He's going to charge into Pyatt as I'm pulling back. Kimball, pull back. Loomis, pull back. Okay, so there's at least 2 brigades coming down from the north now. I'm going to keep my cav close and just support if I need to. Get my general up there. We're going to send those units down along this road. Right over to that side. Alright, 2 hours, 14 minutes. Boy, there's so much to keep track of right now. Wow, this got to be the Yeah, 24 pounders. They've caused 875 kills. I got to get more of those 24 pounders, man. I love them so much. Alright. We've lost contact with the enemy, so now's our chance to turn around and march. Okay. At least 2 brigades up here. I've got my cav close by. I think, for the most part, he's abandoned this front. Alright, now he's got artillery over here. More artillery back there. He's got 1,800 men there. Oh my goodness. Okay. There's a lot there. A lot more than I realized on that side. Here comes a melee attack on my skirmishers. Lovely. So we're going to pull them back. We're going to send Gladden up here. What I want to do here is I want to send Wallace forward because I'm trying to make sure he doesn't have any infantry brigades over here, because I feel like he wouldn't have these guns out there by themselves like this. Because if he does, they're going to get wrecked. And I think he does. Okay. I'm gonna Pyatt, get out of there. Okay, we're gonna wreck this battery. Supply is becoming an issue. I'm gonna move my 3-inch ordnance forward so I can try and deal with his artillery a little bit. I hear a melee attack, but I don't see it. Oh, it's right here, Garland. Alright, we're rolling back to this side again. He's coming at my center. A little concerned about that. Alright, now he's going to start melee attack on here again. Alright, we wiped out that battery. Now let's get out of there. Ammo is a bit of an issue right now. Alright, McKean, get out of there. This is where it's going to get pretty dicey for the next 2 hours. So we have to hold this objective, and he might start shifting these guys over toward that objective. There's so much to bounce back and forth between right now. Such a bloody battle. I'm going to shift Loomis over this way. I think I'm going to start trying to shift this way a little bit. No, hit the guns. Hit the guns. Because they're going to start lighting Gladden up. Longstreet's division advances to attack our center. Rebels want to overrun our position at all costs. Of course they do. All right, so we're going to start pulling back here. I'm just getting a little nervous about my ability to withstand these multiple brigades that are coming from up here, and I can't see what else is out there, so that concerns me too. So I'm going to pull back to these woods, and we're going to make our stand right there. Get them a little closer to the guns. We'll keep our cavalry close to help protect. I might even bring them over here so I can just swing around. We're going to pull these skirmishers back. I'm going to bring these two brigades up as quickly as I can and plug them in over here. And we're going to send Andrews over. I feel like at this point he's not going to attack around my flank over there. So I think we can probably part with at least one brigade from this side. I'm kind of thinking about sending guns over there too, but it's going to take a while to get them there, so maybe not. Maybe we'll send swallows. Yeah, these are the 24 pounders. I think maybe we'll send the 24 pounders over here. Two hours to hang on. So he's charging down on me here. His artillery's firing on my skirmishers. I'm going to keep pulling these skirmishers back. I'm going to go ahead and send the cavalry up here. I'm going to pause because I want to make sure nothing else major is happening over here while we're continuing to fall back. Yeah, it's going to take Andrews a while to get over here. In the meantime, we're going to have to hang on for dear life. I have no idea what's behind Colquitt, but he just turned. We're getting stuck in the middle of these guys. Okay, fall back, fall back, fall back. There you go. Can't charge through the middle of one of our own brigades. Go, boys. There we go. Now we've got him. How are we doing over here? No immediate threats. Good. Keep running them down. There you go. Keep running them down. But don't get pulled too far toward the enemy lines. We've got to pull back now. Okay, we're going to send up these couple of fresh brigades here. Looks like Wallace is recovering. That's good. Alright, I think things are stable for now up here. Sit tight right there. I'm sure there are more brigades up here. Now let's see how things are going on the left. He does have quite a bit of infantry over here. I do need to be concerned a little bit with that, especially since I started moving my 24 pounders. In hindsight, I may not need to do that. Maybe we're going to bring them over here instead. All right, let's back up so we can see the whole field, just to see what's going on. I think we're pretty stable for the moment. Here comes another brigade down here. Lewis Kimball was killed. That sucks. Okay, I think we're pretty stable on our right flank at the moment. Left looks good. Just watch the center. There is a 2,000 man fresh brigade over here. 24 pounders are a little short on range at the moment. We're getting low on ammo. This is a problem. But I'm sending Andrews up here. He'll be right in the middle on our right flank. Okay, I think we're just about out of supply. So we're probably not going to have enough to resupply these guys. I'm going to turn off resupply for a moment. What little we have left has got to go to this center. Alright, here comes another charge. Andrews is making his way in that direction, but not quite there yet. I think we're good on the left. He's moving his guns up to try and get some more canister fire on me. Okay, I'm going to tell Andrews to run at this point. Though I think we're okay. Alright, you can slow down, Andrews. So he's starting to shift a little bit over to the right there. We've got an hour and a half to go. Okay, he is loading up right here. Let's get ready because I think we're about to get a charge. He moved his guns up. He's got, look at all these batteries. 4 batteries right here. That's a lot to deal with. Alright, I'm gonna shift Pyatt over this way because I think the attack's about to come. Alright. We're good. Good over here. I'm going to shift Gladden to a reserve position. We're going to bring Andrews into that spot there. I'm starting to feel we're pretty solid on that side. Now I'm starting to concern myself again with the left. But a lot of these brigades are getting small, and I think if they try to charge with a 800 or 900 man brigade or a 300 man brigade, it's just going to dissolve. There's no way he survives this. Even with all of that artillery support. Woods' morale obviously is terrible because of all the artillery fire and all the casualties he's taken, but LZ is toast. Right, I'm going to drop Woods back for obvious reasons. But he's still going to get caught in the melee combat here. But LZ's done. Bye-bye, LZ. Look at all that artillery fire coming down on me. Didn't matter. LZ's gone. Alright, Kimball, let's shift you around now. I'm going to pause. I'm going to pause frequently here because I have to go back and forth between the two flanks to see what's going on. Where's the supply? Okay, here we go. Alright, go ahead and resupply now. I'm going to run out real fast. Okay, we got 4 brigades here to worry about. Other than Pryor, though, they're all pretty small. I don't know what Fulkerson's got, but he's coming up. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and send the cav over here now. We're in good shape. As long as we hold this objective, he may be shifting towards a last-second fight for this objective here. I would not be the least bit surprised to see him charge last minute to take this one, because that would keep me from winning the battle. I'm going to shift Gladden over there. I'm going to take Wallace over there. Here comes the next melee attack. 3 brigades this time. Nothing happening on the right. We're good. I'm just going to keep the cavalry here in case these other units break. Oh, here come a couple more now. Nothing happening on the right still. So far, so good. Okay, these guys have routed, but that's expected. We just dissolved another unit. Alright, we're going to send the cav through this gap right here to help out with the melee fight. Hopefully dissolve another brigade or 2. Yeah, there goes Seymour. He's toast. See if we can get rid of Fulkerson. Nothing happening on the right. Alright, Walton, you go ahead and pull back. We're in good shape. Real good shape. Whoa, what happened there? Okay, Pegram just broke out of the fortifications. Again, that's a really hard fortification to hold. That's why we've seen guys breaking from it the whole time. It's just too long. Oh, there goes Loomis. Let's bring Woods back up. That artillery is just brutal on me. Maybe we'll pull back a little further. Just because it'll force him to move his artillery again. I don't know. He's running out of men to throw at me. Supplies are empty. I think we're in good shape over here. We'll go ahead and I think we'll bring the 24 pounders back over again. Yep, he is setting himself up for the last minute attack, the last ditch effort to go after the objective. Which is why I'm sending everything I've got over that way. Stonewall Jackson appears to be present on the battlefield. That's because he got lost. And by the time he actually arrived on the battlefield, it was too late to do anything. But in this case, who knows? He might show up in time to hurl his men fresh from the valley at this objective and take it. That's a concern I have right now. Alright, let's start shifting everybody toward that center. Because that's the only... It's all going to come down to this right here. An hour to go. I'm sending everything I've got left over there. Alright, just keeping an eye on things over here on the right. Let's go ahead and bring Durrell over. Oh, he's sending one brigade. Oh, here come Stonewall Jackson's fresh guys. Pryor and Evander Law. Yeah, that's a concern for sure. Yep, look at that, 1,900 men. Start hitting him with the guns now. There's Pickett. Here comes another charge. Yeah. Oh, there's another brigade up there. I didn't realize that. Okay. Let's pull Durrell back. He may yet come at me over there. But this is the immediate concern. Oh, here we go. Okay. He is going to come at me over here. I may have invited that by the fact that I advanced. Plus I pulled all my reserve out over here. That's a problem. We may need to keep Wallace over there after all. Now they're already routing. I'm not going to send my cav in there. I might need to send my cav back over here because he just rolled my right. "55 minutes to go." Get out of there, Durrell. Come on, survive, buddy. Here comes Pryor. We just pulled out of the fortification again. Alright, Durrell survived. Now we've got ourselves a rebel brigade trapped behind enemy lines. Looks like Pryor stopped short of his melee attack. Hit him. Hit Anderson. Let's take him out. Alright, what's happening over here? Okay, Walton just finally got caught up to Anderson. That's going to help a lot. And now he's going to charge with his 1,800-man brigade over here. Oh boy, 49 minutes. Alright, we dissolved these guys. That's good. His massive artillery over here is a real concern for me, though. Alright, Walton, get out of there. He's got a big brigade coming this way. I'm actually going to go ahead and pull these guys back. Alright, I hear another melee attack coming. That's Pryor. I think that was Pryor and Pickett are his last fresh brigades. He might have one more over here, 1,500 men. Alright, sit tight, everybody. Walton, don't go that way. What are you doing? No. If you're wavering and you won't let me control you, don't waver toward the enemy fire. Alright, immediate threat is over here. Just all that artillery. Just gonna keep causing casualties. And we gotta keep one eye on what's happening here. And one eye over here. Although I think he spent the last of what he's going to be able to do. Oh boy. Look out, Durrell. Oh, that's bad. We're going to lose Durrell. That's going to be my first brigade, I think, that I lose. Oh, here comes another charge. Yep, Durrell surrendered. I expected that. We're going to get him back, though. Oh, there goes Pegram. At this point, it might be better to not try and hold that fortification. Alright, really? We didn't manage to free Durrell? And now Rhodes is eager, even though he's being flanked. I mean, it's only 665 men, and it was a brand new brigade, so I'm not overly concerned about it. I am concerned about Brooks having lost 1,300 men. Ugh. Alright, I hear another one coming. Is it Greg? Yeah. Greg saw me dropping back, and so he saw an opportunity there. Here comes Evander Law. Alright, Walton, get out of there. Alright, he charged into me here with Evander Law, but I think we've got Law well in hand. Greg's another story, though I think we've got him now. In fact, we may dissolve him if I'm lucky. Yep, he's gone. Come on, Terry. Move a little further this way and we can unsurrender Durrell. Keep going. Oh, he's charging right into me over here. Wilcox is going to be toast. Oh, look at Hood. Hood's Texas Brigade. Oh, he's got 2,100 men. That's bad. I didn't know he had anybody that big left. That could be a serious threat. He could cause this whole line to collapse. 26 minutes to go. Alright, we got Wilcox, but that's not my concern at the moment. This is very much a concern. Alright, we got to get into Hood's flank here. I can't believe we still haven't gotten Durrell unsurrendered. I also can't believe that Rhodes is still sitting here being fired on from 3 sides and not retreating. Oh, here comes Pickett now. Oh, jeez. Yeah, this is what I was talking about, the last-ditch effort to take the objective with no time left. He's throwing everything he's got at me now. Come on, we're right on top of Durrell. Why haven't we unsurrendered him yet? He does it all the time. There we go. And how is Rhodes sitting here, being fired on from 3 sides, and it's no big deal? And here he goes driving through my entire line. We gotta throw Hood back. We've got 20 minutes to retake the objective. And we're not getting this objective back. There we go. Throw him back. Oh, this is such a bloody battle. This is what a nightmare this battle is. Throw him back. Retake the objective, please. I suffered so many casualties. I inflicted a lot too. There we go. We got the objective back. I think that was his last hurrah. I don't think he's going to have another go at it at this point. Oh, here comes a last-ditch effort over here. All it's going to do is hurt me. There's no way he's going to break through to the objective over here. He's just trying to cause a problem, which he obviously will. Killed another one of my brigade commanders. Oh, hello. Durrell surrendered and unsurrendered, then unsurrendered again. Here we go. We won the battle. But at what cost? Ugh. Okay. So we lost 11,000 men. 8 guns. I'm surprised we only lost 8 guns. He lost over 20,000 when you include the missing. So about 2-to-1 casualties, so that's really good. I'm happy with that, considering how many artillery pieces he had. Wow. Wow. So as far as losses go, obviously, Woods lost 1,472 men. I mean, that's just obscene. 2 guys named Juan Terry were killed. We lost 3 of our new brigade commanders killed. Those are captains. Not a huge deal. We got a couple that got promoted to major. None of our highest ranking officers. Well, we did lose Lewis Kimball. That was a colonel. But we come out, I think, stronger than we left as far as leadership goes. I'm a little disappointed we didn't take more guns. But there you have it. We won the battle, and now our morale will stabilize. We're back up to 30. So we have no morale effect, but that means we have no negative morale effect. And I'm not going to spend any of that morale until we get a little higher. Obviously, we've got our first 2-star unit. It's a 12-pounder Napoleon unit, so that's big. Canister damage, 100% cover. Shot and shell damage. I think we're going to go canister because we're going to keep those guys close to the front lines. 2 career points. I'm starting to feel like I want the recon. Get the weapon recovery multiplier. Plus, I really want to be able to see more about the enemy.
Yes, sir.
What do we got ahead of us? Oh, we're going right into another major battle with Malvern Hill. Oh, boy, that's right. We're playing the 7 days fights now. I was hoping I'd have a little bit of time to recover, but I do not. All right. Well, we're going to wrap it up right there. Let me know your thoughts. What do you think I should do to recover from this? We've got $200,000, $21,000 in manpower. And thankfully, we're a little more experienced now than we were. We've got not a lot in the way of weapons available, so we're going to be spending a lot to get those weapons. But how many men? I think we can basically take our whole army into this next one. Yeah, we can. Okay, let me know your thoughts. We'll be back soon with the next episode. Thanks for watching.